Hey there, guys. I'm back with a new Lego vehicle. As you can probably tell, it's a DeLorean from Back to the Future. I've got it in such a stage now that where you can actually kind of tell what it is. I've been working on this one for probably a couple of weeks, but just really a few days. But some of the information on this one, it's a replica of the Back to the Future DeLorean. It has got 1,872 pieces. I'm on bag 11, the final bag. It allows you to pick which version of the vehicle you want to build, whether you want to build it from movie 1, movie 2, or movie 3. I think I'm probably going to end up leaning toward movie 2 just because I really like that version of it. But we'll see as we get into it. The very first things you get to do when you get this one, or you get to build your little Doc and Marty. I'm not going to be like my boy Easton, who puts all the pieces up next to the camera, but I did want you to see that it did come with those two guys. Just a few things that you can see on this car already are it does have the gold wing doors that come up and close. It's got the reactor coolant system on the back. You can actually see the flux capacitor in there flexing, doing its job. Got your DMC sticker on it. You've got the hoverboard. You've got the the plutonium cart, or the plutonium case inside. It's got a lot of the stuff from the, on the back of it. But I think this will mainly be about finishing details as well as getting the wheels on. You can, like with other vehicles that I've built so far, there's little neat little things. The wheels will flip up and flip down once they're on, but it gives you that capability to do that. The real tough part of the build so far has been these rear panels, because they have to go at a certain angle. Not bashing anybody for the design on that, but it was difficult to get those to snap on. The directions are very emphatic that you have to make sure that it's secure in multiple places, otherwise they won't stay on. So, with all that, let's go ahead and get started on bag 11. Looks like it's got a lot of pieces. There were 2 bag 11s plus the mini bags inside, and then you got the wheel, or the tires that'll go on the wheels. So let's get going on it. Why am I building a DeLorean? Well, why not? It was one of the movies when I was a kid that was probably one of the more influential movies I watched as a kid, along with Ghostbusters and the Ectomobile that I built here a while back. It was a fun movie. I remember watching it for the first time. Not sure exactly how old I was. I know the movie came out in 85. The original movie came out in 85. But I'm pretty sure I didn't watch it in 85. I watched it on DVO at home. We had rented it. So that would probably lead me to believe probably 86, maybe 87, I'm not sure. But my parents had rented it, or my mom more specifically had rented it, and me and my brother stayed up late to watch it. And so we watched it, and at the end of the movie, it has a little spot where it says to be continued, which at the time we were little or young, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, something like that. And so we thought if we just flip the cassette over, maybe we could see the other part. Because, that was a thing back then, because movies wouldn't always go on one cassette if they were a long movie. And so we tried, or looked at trying to flip the cassette over, which, was not very successful, because that's not how things were done back then. Anyway, we thought it was a good movie. We both really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and to this day still enjoy it. Just finished watching the first two before I started on this final part. I thought about letting the final movie play while I'm doing this, but I don't want any problems when I go to put the movie up on YouTube, or put the video up on YouTube. So I did not keep playing it, because no matter how low I kept it, other than just turning the sound completely off, I couldn't get it low enough to where you couldn't hear it on the video. And like I said, don't want no problems with the fine folks over there at the YouTube. Yes, I know I sound very old when I say it that way, and I'm okay with that, because maybe I am really old. I love looking for these little hard to find pieces. Makes my life so wonderful, because it always makes you feel like you're about half blind. Never mind the fact that some of the pieces are just really, really small. Go ahead and separate some of this out. That'll make things easier, maybe. Alright, let's see, where is that piece in? There it is. So we get that. And that. And that. Okay. So this will go. Everything's on a swivel. Okay. There's that piece. And there's that piece. There we go. Alright. Awkward silence. Because you know that's what you want a video to have, is lots of those. Well, anyway, so I guess the real question is, why would a 44-year-old man want to do YouTube videos about Lego building? And I guess the easy answer would be, well, because it's a little bit on the fun side. And I've always enjoyed puzzles, and these are just more complicated puzzles. And like I was saying to some friends recently, it's good to have something every once in a while where you're just following instructions, where you don't have to be the one that makes all the decisions, where you don't have to be the one that knows everything, fixes everything. Sometimes it's okay to just fix things as they are, instead of having to be in charge of making all the decisions. This piece is being a booger. Not quite sure why we've got a pot. That over here till we know a little more about it. So I can take this piece, this piece, this piece, Yeah, there it is. It's interesting. Not sure what it is. Well, I'm glad I looked at it, because I did it wrong. It's together, but you got to put a certain piece to the back. There we go. This has, for the most part, been a solo build. I've not had the kids help a whole lot this time. They've tried to, but this one has got some very particular pieces that are not 100% easy to put together. Now this wants me to put this. Okay. Wow, that's a tight fit. There we go. And boom, clicked it right on there. So now the rear end is mostly put together. At least I would think so. Of course, I'm probably wrong. Why wouldn't I be wrong? I don't know what the rest of this thing holds. So I got that piece and that piece. So, 80s kid here. Grew up watching all the great 80s movies. Still watch them to this day because they're kind of, you know, my, I don't know, comfort food maybe. That's probably not the right word, but they're, you know, I think comfort food's probably appropriate, even though they're not food. They are the things I feel comfortable with. I mean, I grew up with them. Why wouldn't they be? They are most certainly one of the things that I enjoy most. And because of that, I think about these movies. There are so many of these movies that have been remade, rebooted, redone, repurposed for any number of things. And it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I wouldn't mind seeing these movies, the Back to the Future movies, remade or redone. I don't necessarily need a sequel, so to speak, but a pickup with new characters, new things, new ideas. And I've seen, you know, people talk about if this movie was redone with comparable times, this and that, that it would be, you know, in the night, you know, they would travel back to the 90s now instead of the 50s. And I think that could be very interesting. At least I do. 90s were an interesting time, especially to travel. I would, excuse me, I would think the 90s would be a very interesting time to travel back to for somebody from this younger generation. Why? Well, just think about the technology that's at hand now versus the technology that these kids have now. So I'm supposed to do that times 2. Okay. It would be a very fun fish out of water story, for sure. Or maybe I'm way off base. Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time. I love when I'm following the instructions, but I'm not really following the instructions the way I should, because I missed a spot. Now, good news is it's nothing major. Nothing major. I will say that early on in the build, I thought that a bag was missing. Turns out that it wasn't, thank goodness. Because if it had, I would have had to send it back to Lego, or they would have had to have sent me the bag and I would have had to have waited on it. That. There we go. We're getting there with those reactors now. Cooling towers, I think, are probably the more appropriate term. Vents or whatnot. Okay, it says choose your favorite. Which Back to the Future time Lego model will you build? The original from the 85 or the slightly modified ones from 89 and 90? The way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Man, a lot of options here. That's if you want to do just the original. I think I want to go with the one from Back to the Future 2. Got some pages here that weren't cut properly. Come on, Lego, you're better than that. Okay, so let's back it up here. Alright. So, we're going to build the one from 90 or from 89. This is what we got to do. Alright. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Alright, that's one we want. Like that. And all these little dot pieces. Goodness. 2, 3, 4. Son Easton, when we build Lego models together, he has names for all these pieces. Improvised names, sure, but names nonetheless. I don't have names for all of them. It still kind of amazes me at all the different little pieces they make with the molds of these. Now, having done 2 of these kind of big projects, piece, boom. Okay. I was talking about how I think it's really pretty amazing they have all these little pieces and how they all connect just perfectly to make something that doesn't really make a lot of sense when you look at it. It's most definitely something that is something that's put together that's greater than its parts, because when you look at it, when you're building the thing, you're just like, none of this makes sense. You just have to kind of trust the process and that it's going to make sense. This thing right up here for the hood, it has made no sense the entire time I've been putting it together, and now, voila, it's starting to make sense. Two of these. Two of these. And then 6 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this goes with that. And then 3 of these snap on top. And you gotta do that twice. I've done most of the work on the car the last 2 days, just because I've had some free time. The weather hasn't been great of late as far as temperature goes. It's been extremely hot here in Georgia. Of course, you know, it's to be expected in Georgia. There we go. And then boom, you got a hood. Look at there. And then it rained yesterday, off and on. It felt like all day. Up, we got our California plate here. Our sticker for our license plate. Just so we're all clear, I think the stickers do a lot for the models, but boy are they a pain to put on just perfectly. There. Okay, so let's just put that in there. It should just clip in there. Boom. In there. See? Alright. Now I think we're going to build up the Mr. Fusion. Goes on the back of it. Oh, that's not big enough. That is. I thought I would be a little more talkative, but I guess not. I guess I apologize for that. I don't know what's better, to be quiet or to ramble the entire time. For folks watching, they're probably like, man, I wish you'd talk about something. For other folks, they're like, I don't know, dude, just build the thing. The stuff you're talking about doesn't make any sense. I don't think anybody's wrong there. Alright, let's see, we got this piece and this piece. They go together. This goes there. And this goes on here. Okay. So we need 4 of these little pieces. That's 3. Need 1 more. If I remember right, when they were doing these movies, they did 2 and 3 back to back, or basically at the same time. I even remember reading the novelization of, I believe, the 3rd movie. It's like, who reads the novelization of the movie? Well, I did. I was really carried away with these movies when I was a kid. You know, they sparked my imagination when I was a kid. I don't know if that's right or not. So it looks like it's level with everything up here. Well, I guess I'll finish putting it together and I'll figure it out. Let's see if it makes sense. Must be missing a piece here. Thought that didn't look right. Well, not so far along that I can't fix it. It to be 4 pieces. There. No harm, no foul. Picked it up, got it together there. Alright, so this is going to go back here. Alright. Let's see. Feel particularly right there. We gotta snap it down all the way around. There we go. And there's the answer as to why I needed the pot. There's a banana to go in the pot. A little gold circle here. And that's hilarious. I gotta find a little disc that has something painted on top of it so that it looks like a can. It's a little Coke can or beer can or whatever you want to call it, and it goes right in there too. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Alright, so we got a bunch of little white pieces here. Gotta go. 1 and 2. Gonna have that piece. That piece. Got those 2. Piece. Just 2 little pieces. Nope, don't you roll off. I'm gonna need you in a minute. think maybe you... That's a clear one. There we go. Why am I whispering? I have no idea. There's nobody home other than the dog. And I don't think he cares if I make some noise. At this point, he would probably welcome it. Okay, so I got that put together. Now I've got to take this little piece, these two little bitty pieces, snap it all together. Oh, gotta get another sticker here. It says sticker 12. I'll put one on each side. The little sticker says Mr. Fusion. Yep, which is why I don't like stickers sometimes, because I'm terrible with them. Looks perfectly straight, and then it wasn't. The second attempt was much better than the first. Sometimes I think I would probably have better luck with these if I used tweezers or some other little device to do the stickers. But I don't build these quite often enough, I think, to justify that. Okay, so I got that on there. Let's cut these little pieces. Okay. That there. Mr. Fusion. Goes right back there. And he snaps right on. It says Mr. Fusion was created from a Krups 223 coffee grinder. Alright, now we need our tires, all 4 of them, and then our wheels, all 4 of them, our hubcaps, four of those, and then we need these pieces that lock them all together. Okay, Okay, so the tires just say Lego group, so I don't guess it matters which way they go on there. Looks like they all go on. It should be fine any which way. So it's to put this through there. Yeah. And our hubcap on that. Boom. So we'll get that done before we go sticking wheels on willy-nilly here. This would be the part that Easton would have liked to have been here for. But they're at Camp Grandma in Augusta, enjoying time with the grandparents and the cousins. Boom. I think I told you guys in the last video, my son Easton absolutely loves putting the wheels on these things. He cannot wait to get the wheels on. And you have to explain to him that the tires and the wheels, they don't go on first. They go on last. Usually they go on pretty close to the end of things. But kids don't really care about all that. To be honest, I don't know that I do sometimes. It's been very hard looking at these, knowing that I've eventually got to put them all together and not just go ahead and skip there and just get it done. That's all four of the wheels. And it says to go ahead and snap them on there. So we will go ahead and snap them on there. What do you know? Oh, now, there we go. Looky there, it's got tires. And now we'll check this out to make sure it works. So I'll put the rear view mirror back on straight. Aha! Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, as luck would have it, that would be it if that was all we were going to build. But I feel compelled to go about building the rest of this stuff since I've got the pieces. It starts the same way with the hood, which we've already done. You finish the hood, you do the license plate, but you do the out of time sticker, like the original license plate. I will go ahead and put that together. I'm sure you guys can see that very well. But we've got that license plate. And we'll go ahead and build that went on the back of it. Or we might not, because I bet you some of the pieces that we used to build this were used to build the other part. So we'll build what we can with it. And this would go in the rear here. And there would be some more hoses that would connect. And you would have, of course, your famous hook in the first movie. So if you built this piece, if you build it this way, you'd sling it across the room, of course. You would turn it around, and then your hook would go on here, just like so. And then, of course, you'd put your tires on, which we've already done. But that gets you your second piece. And since I'm not building it that way, I'm going to leave it alone and put it back the way it was. We did number 2 already, but let's see what they would have us build for the 3rd, which was a much more complicated build because you had all the hood apparatus. As you know, you have the circuit box on the top of the hood, which would involve using bubbled up pieces there, which means you would turn those around to attach stuff down to it. The rest of the hood would be like it was. You'd still use the license plate that's on this one, which is the hologram one. And you'd still have the Mr. Fusion on the back. And then you'd have a hood apparatus or circuit board. We'll go ahead and put that together. Boom and boom. Three, four, and two, and two. Okay. Kind of this base part here put together. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got that. Now we gotta put all these little bitty pieces on there. There's 1, 2, 3. So we need a couple of those. We got those. Okay, so we got that there. This piece gonna go there. This piece goes there. I think it's neat that they put a lot of effort into trying to recreate this circuit board to go on top of the hood. Okay. Got this other hook. It's gonna go here. Okay, so I want you to do that. To that. Then this to that. This is going to go here. Little cables everywhere, and it would get strapped down right there. And you would build the white wall tires using the red hubcaps and the white wheels here. Don't have the wheel, I don't have the tires to do that with, but we'll go ahead and do the tire or the wheels because, you know, why not? Got that. Got that. Let's go together. Go on top of that. These silver hubcap looking things come. Messed up. That's always a good sound, isn't it? When a little bit of Lego piece hits the floor. All right. Those would all snap on there. And then, believe it or not, we're not done yet. We get to build a plaque, which I think is pretty cool. The big sticker on it here. Says Back to the Future Time Machine, manufacturer Dr. E. Brown Enterprises, 1985. Power 1.21 gigawatts, fuel plutonium, and activation speed 88 miles an hour. Little display, little display there. Saying these can come off. They can be put here. can be put on display more easily. Sets it up off the ground. So you can do the thing that you like. And then it says that you can put Doc and Marty on a pedestal. You have to pick their hands up. Otherwise they won't go next to each other. Boom. And it says for the sequel, 3 more vehicles were purchased. Additionally, a lightweight fiberglass car was constructed for the flying scenes, which could be hung from wires and easily placed on a forklift. And that is the end of that. Well, another really cool model, another really fun Lego adventure. I'll have to find a way to keep doing these. Maybe not keep doing videos, but I do need to find a way to keep doing these because these are a lot of fun. I've enjoyed building these. I've enjoyed building this. I've enjoyed building the Ecto 1 a while back. It's neat. It's a really neat project. For those of you that can't swing a hammer or use power tools or have your limitations and those sorts of things like me, these are perfect because it's essentially a fun puzzle. Now, who doesn't like a good puzzle? So, until next time, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all soon.